Hello y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Audrey.x.mariee. I hope you're having an amazing day. Thank you for clicking on this video. Today we're gonna be starting a reading vlog, and I'm gonna be picking up right where I left off my previous reading vlogs. I got the last 80 chapters of Kill Switch to read, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I'm loving this book so far. It's a phenomenal time. Some of the stuff grosses me out, but it is a dark romance book. A lot of tension, a lot of drama, a lot of connections between all the characters. This is the third book in the Devil Knight series. There's only one more book left after this one. I'm so excited to get to the rest of this. Shit just went down in the book. Got 80 pages. I'm so excited to see if somebody commits to something they kept mentioning previously in the book, so I'm intrigued as to see if something goes down that has been alluded to throughout the book. But literally shit has gone down, and it is at a stressful point. I don't know how I stopped my audiobook last night at the point of which I am at, because so much is going down and my heart was beating out of my chest last night because of how stressed I was. So I am so excited to continue into this. I have started a new book. I finished Kill Switch. I have started a brand new book, and the book that I have started is a very popular book that a lot of people are now reading because of the TV show, and I might be doing the exact same thing. And I'm jumping on the bandwagon. I'll admit, I'm starting The Deal by Elle Kennedy. I've heard such great things about the TV show and this entire book series, so I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm already 64 pages into it, and they're starting their little tutoring session. They're about to start that, and Hannah's meeting the entire hockey group that lives in the off-campus house. So now we know where the off-campus series names comes from. It's because their house the hockey players live in is off-campus. It makes sense, but I feel like that's a common occurrence between a lot of these hockey romances, is that they live off-campus, because I read the Maple Hill series, and I'm pretty sure they live off-campus as well. But so far, it's so good. The banter is bantering, and they're both very quick with their comebacks. I will say, I have mad respects for Hannah's roommate and best friend, Allie, because she was making sure to not drink when she promised Hannah she wouldn't drink and she would stick by her side. But Hannah has gone through her healing journey, so she was able to push Allie towards having fun at a party she wanted to be at. So I'm really enjoying that friendship as well. I am enjoying this book so far. I can see why people like it. I gotta keep reading so I can give you more updates on what my thoughts are about this book. But yeah, so far so good. I'm currently not in my hometown. I'm up in Indy for the Indy 500, and I'm here with my boyfriend and our friends visiting one of our buddies that lives in Indy now. But I'll be showing you little clips I get here and there of our time hanging out with everybody when I remember to film. I try my best because I don't want to disrupt everybody having a good time and just shoving a camera in their face. So I'll give you little tidbits here and there from whenever I'm comfortable recording. We came up for the Indy 500 last year, and we had such an amazing time, so we're doing it again this year. It'll be interesting seeing how the first one and this one are different, but I'm excited for the race. I cannot wait for this race. I'm so excited. We're gonna have a fun time this weekend. I'll get you in on tidbits, but just reading this when I have time available to read and just hang out. This is what I'm doing in my free time when everybody is not around, because literally right now they all went to go to Wawa for some stuff, but I decided I did not want to go, and I literally just got out of the shower and I was told, oh, we're going to Wawa. Y'all can go to Wawa. I'll stay here and I'll give y'all an update on my reading, because I highly doubt I'm going to be able to give you another update this entire time unless they go and do something while I stick back. But so far, that is my thoughts on this. We'll see how far I'm actually able to get, because I highly doubt I'm going to get very far in The Deal this entire trip, but we'll have to wait and see.
In the neon deserted fishing port, to grip the old satellites report, with a rusty compass map the heart-shaped reef on the chart. You and I are two lost cargo ships, exchanging rusty anchors in the acid rain drips. When the tides are coded in binary lines, in the surface abyss, translate the voice of the evening tide. Let the electromagnetic waves fade in the stratosphere.
Do look location unlocked. Sorry, I don't have the availability to film at my house at the moment. So this is what you got. Me in a car. Sorry, not sorry, but. So I finished the deal. I finished it late last night and I was surprisingly happy with the book. It's like that Hannah didn't talk to Garrett about this whole situation, but it made sense for the storyline, I guess, even though she definitely should have talked to him prior, because communication is really important in a relationship, and that was not communicating regarding what was going on between Hannah and Garrett's father. I'm glad the situation between Garrett's father and his girlfriend ended. I'm glad Garrett finally distanced himself from his dad, because that was ridiculous. But also, I saw where it was going prior to the end of the book, because rich father is wanting his prodigy son to continue, and then he's getting a random girlfriend that might destroy his chances. What's gonna happen? They're gonna fall in love, they're gonna start dating, and the father doesn't want them to be a couple no more. I was not shocked as to all that going down between them, but I really did enjoy it. I'm excited to see where the rest of the series go. I will be continuing because I did really like this book and it got me hooked. I will say their banter was top tier, but it just kind of felt like they were lusting over one another once they got together. It was constantly them having sex, and that was just a lot of what was going on between the two of them. But I really did like their relationship and how both Garrett and Hannah's friends all came together. I'm excited for the TV show. I'm surprised as to how quickly I finished the book and how much I did really like it, because I've been in a contemporary romance slump at the moment where none of them are hitting I thought they would. I was giving so many contemporary romances chances and just none of them were hitting. And then I would go into fantasy books and every single one of those were hitting because they were high stake and something impactful and important was happening. I just kind of felt like contemporary romances were too mundane and monotonous. So I really did like the writing style of the deal. One word that kept popping up for me throughout the entire book was helluva. So I'm intrigued to see if that word pops up in the rest of her books, or it's just this book between these two characters. But I'm gonna have to figure out how to watch the off-campus series somewhere. I'm so intrigued by it, so eventually I'll get around to it. Maybe not in this reading vlog. I might have to wait to another one, and then I'll give you my little spiel about what I think between the book and the TV show, because I'm gonna take my time with it. I say that now, but maybe once I start watching the TV show, maybe it'll change and I'll binge the entire thing. But as of right now, I plan on taking it slow and enjoying it and trying not to get distracted while I'm watching it. But that is my spiel about the deal. I'm thoroughly happy with everything that happened, and even the winter showcase, that was cool. I really enjoyed that, and I really liked how Garrett was like, he's gonna just randomly drop you and something's gonna happen, and I would recommend you going and doing a solo, and it just kind of happened that all that went down. So I'm intrigued to see how the TV show does that, and if they play the songs in the TV show, and if the soundtrack is phenomenal. So I'm so intrigued by this TV show. That is the reason why I picked up the deal from TJ Maxx when it was on sale, and also read it so quickly, because I've heard only good things about the TV show. So I'm so intrigued, and so we'll have to wait and see though. I'm really happy with how that book wrapped itself up, and I enjoyed both Garrett and Hannah together. They're super sweet. Today I did some errands. Target is in the background because I went over to Target, and I got a shelf for my plants to get put on, because I guess they're in the middle of a walkway at the house. So I got a bit of a shelf for them to get put on and out of the way while still getting sunlight. And then I got some self-tanning mousse, because right now it is so nice outside. So I think I'm gonna go back and lay out and get an audiobook running for me. And I bought some banana clips. I get really bad headaches and migraines whenever I have my hair up in a ponytail, but I like what it looks like when my hair's up. So I'm thinking maybe a banana clip might solve the issue of my headaches and my migraines. So we'll have to wait and see. But I think I'm just gonna head back to the house and go tan. Just go tan at this point, because I am pale as a ghost and I have a wedding to go to this weekend, and I need a bit of a base tan or some sun to go. And it's such a nice day. Not like there's clouds in the sky, but it's just a perfect day for me to lay out and tan. Get my tanning lotion and everything on. So
You're captain of the foggy port, so clear. Use the compass needle to cut through the day to fog at the power of...
I have finished 2 books and it is already the 13th of June, and I have already started my third book. I didn't give you any updates of the 2 books I read because I was struggling finding time to give you updates, but the book that I'm currently reading is The Villa. I started the audiobook of it today, and I'm about 4 hours through it. I didn't know anything about it whenever I started it, like at all. I knew nothing about it. So it was a major surprise when I found out that we were jumping back and forth from timelines throughout the entire thing. I just thought we were following these 2 girls and their summer trip to the villa. I had no idea. I love this setting of Italy, and there's so much weird stuff going on, specifically between 2 characters in the present. Just so much is going on. I'm so confused. I have so many questions, so I need all those to get answered as soon as possible. But slowly we're getting reveals of what happened in the past as to this big story of the villa, big murder mystery storyline. Supposedly we know who did the murder, but the chance that something's not right here. So the main character is trying to figure it out, but there's so much known going on, and we're getting their storyline from the past in the book as well. I'm really enjoying the audiobook because you're hearing the different settings of what this book is giving you. You're listening to something from a podcast. It sounds like it's from a podcast, and it's like a different voice, and it's bouncing back and forth between these 2 characters. And in the audiobook, you can hear which character's speaking because the voices are different. I didn't know if I was gonna enjoy it all that much. I think the only person that I've watched read this book is Haley Pham, and that was a long time ago. So it's just a lot of unknowns for me, but I am enjoying my time reading it. There's a ton of unanswered questions that will get answered eventually, but right now I'm so curious. So I'm excited to continue the book. Maybe I'll finish it today, maybe I'll finish it tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see. I finally finished The Villa, and I turned on the audiobook twice, and I finished it in those 2 occasions. So I did enjoy my time while reading it. It was very laid back. You're constantly thinking of what could possibly be going on. What's the real story of this murder that happened all these years ago that made this villa famous? And you're slowly getting the story in as the characters of the present day are getting the story. And then at the end you get this big reveal, and I was actually stunned at the end. I was not expecting that, even though I had a feeling something was different. There was something off with the story. It just didn't make sense to me, and in my thought process from the beginning of the book of what was the story of the murder, so it makes sense. So I was thrown for a loop of what was going on at the end. So I really enjoyed the book. It was a quick read. It's not as long as some of the other books that I listen to or read. So it was just something quick for me to play and not fully focus on. And it definitely hit the spot of just something of a mystery that I was looking for during the summertime. And the setting of Italy was just phenomenal. I was very happy with that. I enjoyed the setting and the villa. And I was so stunned by the ending. I was listening to my audiobook while I was trying to get around to going to bed. And that ending was a shocker to me. I actually gasped when it got revealed at the end. I would recommend it for others, for certain type of readers. I wouldn't recommend this for just any person all willy-nilly. But the next book I started is The Rose Bargain. I do have the physical copy, but I pulled up the audiobook for me to listen to whenever I'm driving to and from work or even during work. But so far it's just reminded me of The Selection, but a more magical fantasy version of it. So I'm very intrigued because I love The Selection. Not a whole lot's going on. You just hear about the background of the world and the fantasy aspects of it and what's going on with the main character and her family currently. And you also get the introduction of the prince and the queen and a little bit of their backstory. So I'm intrigued as to how everything's gonna go about and whatnot. The time in the human world doesn't align with the timeline of the immortal world or whatever it's called. So I'm intrigued to see if there's any instances where their past overlap and she doesn't remember it. So I'm very intrigued. So I'm excited to continue. That's about it. That's all I've got for you right now. Not a whole lot's going on. You just have the mystery of what happened to her sister and why her sister's the way she is right now. And there's a big mystery around that. And you have these bargains, so all these different characters have different things going on. She might be of the elite. I don't remember what she's called, but she's not a royal, but she has a title of some sort. And she has some backing behind her, but her family's about to go bankrupt in a year or so. So she's just going all out for this bargain that could make her not have a husband in the future. So she would be a spinster. But she's like, I'm already in that path line where nobody wants me because of my sister. So let's just see how this goes. So she's just hoping to possibly win the lottery of marrying the prince. So I'm very intrigued as to see how that goes and where the first book is going to end, because the second book's already out and I've been wanting to pick it up, so that's why I'm finally getting around to it. So I'm very intrigued as to where the story's going and what her bargain is going to be with the queen. I'm intrigued.